Welcome back to Wild Ones. We have a lovely guest joining us today on the set on an especially big occasion for you in your life, Miss Jennifer Hart. You are also the birthday girl.
I am.
Now, sadly for all of us watching at home, by the time this airs, your birthday will have come and gone. But for right now, we will live in that it is your birthday. How are you with spicy food?
I don't really like spicy food,
Okay.
so it's not my favorite, but I'm going to take one for the team today.
All right. Tell everybody at home who you are. Tell us about your family. What do you do?
Awesome. I have 3 kiddos. I have Turner, who's 4. I have Presley, who is 8, and Hudson, who is 10. Married to Jansen Hart. Been married for, almost 14 years, together 16 years. So have lived here. I moved from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and lived here ever since Jansen and I have been married.
Yeah.
So long time now.
That's exciting. All right, well, we're going to dive in. The first sauce that we've got on this end is mild, just a base level
All right,
sauce. So
here we go.
there's not a whole
Okay, that's
lot.
actually really good.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot
It's good.
to that one. Tell me, how long have you been connected to Northfield Church?
So, since the beginning, I was pregnant with Hudson, and Hudson's 10 now. So, from the very beginning, Jansen actually heard about it and started coming to the beginning meetings, and I was so busy being sick with pregnancy that I didn't really come to a lot, but we've been here since day one.
I have a vivid memory of you from the Knox Doss days. And I want to tell you, it always makes me laugh because at the time, I was not a parent. I'd never held a baby before. And this was after, I think this was the first Sunday you guys were back after Turner was born. And you had Turner in your arms, and he starts fussing. I'm sitting next to you guys, and you're like looking, where's the pacifier? Can't find it. I don't know. And you just like finger right in your mouth, or right in his mouth.
Yes.
And me, I'm just like, and I remember you just so nonchalantly leaning, you were like, third kid, he'll be fine. All right, the next one is jammin' jalapeno.
All right.
So this one's got
That first one was really good.
so you said before you were originally from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, also known as E-Town to everyone, right? So take us back to E-Town, Jennifer. What were you into? Where'd you go to high school?
Went to E-Town High School. I was a soccer player, played soccer. I don't know, I guess you would say I was a cool kid. I was on homecoming court, basketball, football. Had a good group of friends. Still talk to them. So,
So from E-Town to now Sumner County, how did you get here?
Jansen.
Yeah. What happened? Tell us the story.
I'll tell it to you.
Oh, let's go. We have
Yeah,
time.
So we met I was in one of my best friend's wedding, and he was in the wedding. I didn't know him at all, and we're sitting there we're just sitting there all hanging out, and he taps me on the shoulder and says, "Will you go out with me?" And I said, "I don't know you, and I live 2 hours away from here." And so he followed me the whole next day, at the wedding, and I was trying to get away from him. So I was like, I don't know who this dude is. Anyway, I finally said yes, and we went out, and I fell in love with him.
So okay, I kind of baited you because I did know a little bit of the story. Is there some kind of a line? Is there some kind of a moment that Jansen had with you that really kind of made you say yes to the date, or to the invitation?
Yes, that one was so good. When he tapped me on the shoulder, and I said, "I don't know you," and I live 2 hours away. He said, I would be honored if I could drive 2 hours to take you out on a date.
Ooh.
And after that, I was like, I can't say no. I have to say yes to that.
That is good. That's smooth. Smooth talking, Jansen. Is he still the smooth talker?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He bought me flowers today.
Moving on, this is my personal fave, Caribbean jerk.
Mm-hmm.
We get into a little bit of the spice, but it's got a very island
My nose
feel.
is starting to run a little
It's
bit.
all right. We have napkins for days. So I would love for you to, in 60 seconds, tell us about the moment that you decided to fully devote yourself to being a follower of Jesus. What you kind of indicated, life wasn't going great, but kind of take us through maybe some of those details that you can, like I said, in 60 seconds or less, and
I think
that conversion moment. So on your mark, get set, go.
it was like an internal battle because I wanted to still live the way I wanted to live, but I knew he was calling me to something different. So finally, I surrendered and said, your way is better than my way. How am I doing?
You're doing great.
All right. So, and then after that, I just felt peace. And was it hard? It was, because all my friends were doing other stuff. But I felt his presence and grew a lot during that time.
Wonderful. You still have time. Was there
Oh, wow.
was there a specific person that helped you on your journey, maybe a big mentor for you during that phase? Who was that person?
There was. I'm on fire right now. Like already. It was Campus Crusade for Christ. I was like at a retreat, and that's how that happened. And some girl asked me to go, and she had been begging me to go. And I was like, I'm not like those people. I'm not going. And then I finally went, and it was a good thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's funny how in our resistance, God's like, no, we're working something. We're working something here. You're good. Come on. Come on. That's wonderful. Next one up is Thai curry.
I think I'm just going to go for it.
Go for it. You do it. You were a big enneagram influencer for me. I think it was, may have been last year that we were going to Orange Conference, and you were discussing it. You had me take my first test while I was driving down to Atlanta. You were literally asking me, like, what do you think about this? Are you more likely to be this? And so I will admit, at first I was very skeptical on the whole Enneagram thing. It was fairly new to me. I'd heard a little bit about it, and then when I got introduced to it, then we heard it at all this conference, and then I was like, no, I'm over this. I want nothing to do with it. But now, here we are, almost a year later, and I'm in. I'm hooked. Hooked on the Enneagram. I feel like I understand it now. I don't feel like I'm learning a new language. I feel like I can speak it a little bit. And so, on the Enneagram, number one, what are you?
I am a 9.
You're a 9, which is what? For those at home that don't know what the Enneagram is, what is the Enneagram, and then what does that mean for you?
A peacemaker.
You're a peacemaker.
Yes, I'm a peacemaker, and the Enneagram, it really just helps you. It just shows you different personality types of who people are, but really how to love people well, and it understands more about you of who God made you to be and who God made other people to be. So, but I am a 9. I'm a peacemaker.
Yeah. The thing that I love is the Enneagram basically gives you 9 normals. That it's not, I think we're all guilty of, we see the world a certain way.
Yes.
And then if anybody else doesn't, well, they're different, they're wrong, you treat them differently, and then realizing that, no, there's a lot of perspectives that come with people's makeup and their lives and who they are and just kind of what factors into all of those decisions. So seeing that, it has helped me understand myself and my wife and other people. And so it's great to kind of learn that. What was it that got you interested in the Enneagram? How did it show up in your world?
I had a friend that was really into it, and she got me into it. And then I started learning more about my personality type, and I'm like, that is so true. Like, I feel that way. And it just really helps me to understand more of who God made me to be, and also to love others, just knowing that everyone is different, but God made each person who they are.
Yeah.
So
very good. It's going to get warm for all of us here. So
All right.
this next one I think is hot barbecue. So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling hot.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
But it'll be all right.
You'll be
okay.
great. Do great. So
Just take one bite.
one bite at a time. That's
Yep.
how we're doing this.
All right. Here's my bite.
Nothing to it.
No, that wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm. So last question, we started moving towards this direction of psychology. And this is where I want to tiptoe a little bit, because not only are you extremely well educated in this realm, I'm a little nervous
Uh-oh.
that you could turn it on me and get me all up in my feelings on your own.
You know I
on
will.
camera. I know. So I'm trying to tiptoe. But when did you know that psychology, that counseling, when did you know that was the calling for your life, and that was the direction that you were going to go?
So in college, like I said, I'd given my life to the Lord. I'd surrendered to Him, and I was just praying, Lord, what am I supposed to do? I have no clue. Like, I thought about teaching. I would be a terrible teacher. That is not for me. I thought about business. Like, I just didn't know what I was supposed to do. And then, like, I don't know, it just hit me. I need to do psychology. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. And then after I graduated, I worked in HR for a little bit at a factory, and I hated it. Like, I did it for a year and I hated it. And like, I know God had me there and I learned a lot during that time, but it was not like where I wanted to be. And so then that's where I decided that I wanted to do mission work. Mm-hmm. So I hooked up with YWAM and I did mission work, and I lived in Mongolia for 3 months, and then came back and I went to seminary and I was gonna go for mission work. And then that's when I decided I wanted to go ahead and get my master's in counseling. So really, it was just kind of one of those things where I'm like, God, I want to serve you and I want to do what you want me to do, but I'm not quite sure what. So it was just kind of step by step, following His lead, I feel like.
Yeah, there are parts that I did not know.
Oh.
So that's awesome. So without getting into any specifics, obviously, but what have been some of the rewards that you've seen from really this, we call it a career, but from this calling? How have you seen that positively impact your life and where you are right now?
Yeah. Well, like, I worked at the center for almost 12 years. And it was, I think, like, no matter what career I do, like, I just want to love people and let them know who Jesus is. So it's like, for me, like, yes, I have a counseling background, and right now I'm at a school doing counseling, but it's like, I can't really do that well, I feel like, if I don't have Jesus involved in it. So it's like constantly like, Lord, how can I share you with this person? Even if I can't speak your name right now because I'm in a school setting, like, how can I represent who you are? Getting to see, like, just even pain too, like, of how the realness and rawness of the pain can bring us closer to Him, and eventually come to a place of hope too.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that's a struggle. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's a struggle that a lot of us face in our day to day, because I think we actively avoid pain and struggle, right? We do everything that we can to avoid leaning into that and experiencing that. How can I feel better? Because that's what I want. I just want to feel better.
Yeah.
But feeling better and getting better, those aren't always the same thing. And so I love that's part of your life goal, I think, is to bring that in and helping people see that it's not you that's doing that.
Yeah.
It's not you that's making people better. It's God working and molding something in them. So thank you from this side of the table, knowing what you do on a day-to-day basis and how you've impacted so many people's lives. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you
so much. And thank you for not turning this back to me as we go.
Hey, we're not done yet.
Well,
we're not finished.
True. We still got a few hot wings. All right, next one is this is just hot. This is the sauce on this one. It's just hot. For this next round, we're gonna have a little fun. I'm not gonna make you think deeply.
Okay.
On this next round. So.
All right. That's actually pretty good.
Very good. So, like I said, I'll give you a little break from thinking
I'm
with
gonna
a
double dip that
segment.
one.
Oh,
good.
look at
I'm
you.
like, that's good.
There you go. This is a segment that is called Firsts. So I'll ask you various categories, and you'll tell us your first in this moment for your life. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of rapid fire, so be a little quick. What was your first car?
Dodge convertible,
No.
1986.
1986.
My
Dodge
parents still
convertible.
have it.
Do they really?
They still have it. Yep.
Nice. Very good. What was your first job?
Wendy's.
Wendy's. Which one?
Drive-through E-Town.
In E-Town?
Yep.
Is it still there?
Still there.
Man, did you ever win Employee of the Month?
No. I didn't.
That's fair. What is the first app you open in the morning?
Should I say Bible? I should say Bible, but honestly,
You just told us that that's not the
that's
answer.
not the
so
first. That's
I guess
not.
we'll try again. What's the first app you open in the
Probably
morning?
Facebook. Probably Facebook.
Gets us all. I'm sure this next one happened. Tell us about your first heartbreak. I know.
Oh, it always happens, doesn't it? He cheated on me.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
You don't say his name?
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding. I said you want to say his name.
Steve
Steve.
cheated.
That's a bummer. We'll go to the other side. Who's your first kiss? So help me if it was Steve.
No, his name was John.
John.
Yeah, John.
John, if you're watching. I don't know what to say to you either. What was the first cell phone that you had?
Oh my gosh. It's like, I don't know. I'm thinking like it flipped up and had the little keyboard. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah,
cell
like the
phone?
Sidekick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That's awesome. I had one of those.
think that was it.
Oh, those were cool. I
Yep.
love that. It was great. What was the first time that you and Jansen said, I love you? When was that?
I think we were, I think it was like, I mean, honestly, a month after we've been dating.
Yeah?
So not very long. We knew we were
Yeah.
going to get married.
I'm glad it wasn't at the wedding that you guys met. Like you dropped in,
No.
I love you.
no, thank goodness.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't have married
That
him.
would've
That
been-
was it.
It would have been awesome. Fast forward, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first moment that you realized, I'm a mom? Like you obviously were pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had a baby, and then it set in, I'm a mom.
I don't think until I had Hudson, like, and I was looking at him,
Right.
that's when it hit me.
Yeah.
So,
Like favorite moment of your life?
yeah, one of them, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's up there. What was the first major purchase you made with your own money?
Back in the day, I think back in the day, I bought like just a radio, you know, that had the CD player, and I mean, I remember
Like a boombox?
yeah, like a boombox. I had worked at Wendy's, and I'd bought a boombox. I was so excited about it. So
Do you still have it?
I'm sure my parents still do.
I mean, they still have your first card,
they
so
probably
I would imagine
do.
that they still
probably
have.
do.
What was your first Salt and Pepper concert?
Oh my gosh, I love salt and pepper.
I know.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Yeah, I said pepper. Yeah.
Pepper. You know, I don't know that I ever went to their concert, believe it or not. I did go to, hold on, what is it? This is awful that I went to these concerts, but I went to, who was it? Lil' Kim?
Oh, yeah.
I went to Lil' Kim. I went to, what is it? Not Big Daddy. Notorious B.I.G.
Oh, yeah.
I went to his concert.
Yeah.
I never went to Salt and Pepper.
You're making some of our team here pretty jealous that you went to the Notorious B.I.G. concert. I'm just saying.
I did. I did.
That's good stuff.
But Tupac was my favorite back then.
Well,
So,
as it should be.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about my first Salt and Pepper concert.
no,
No.
I want to hear about it.
You were there. It was
Oh,
you
wow.
and Katie Bergbacher in my ear driving back from Orange Conference last year. Both of you.
It was a good concert,
It was
wasn't
amazing.
it?
It was a wonderful concert. It was great. Probably one of my top 3 concert experiences of my life.
Hey, shout out to Katie right now.
Shout out to Katie.
'cause
Katie,
That was awesome.
that was good stuff. All right. We're in the last
3.
little bit here. We're gonna bring it home.
All right.
3rd trimester, if you want to speak in those terms.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is a mango habanero. So
Okay.
a little bit of heat, a little bit of sweet.
All right.
Here we go.
Yep. Mm.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No pain whatsoever. Handling it like a champ.
I think I'm going to re-dip.
Go for it. So we talked just a moment ago about you being a mom. You said earlier you're the mom to 3 awesome children, Hudson, Presley, and Turner. So what advice do you have now, having 3 kids, growing up, seeing them grow up? What advice do you have to somebody like me who's on the early stages of childhood and learning that and parenting? What advice for someone like me would you have?
I would say give yourself grace and like don't sweat the small stuff. You know, like some things seem so big when they're really not that big. And so I think a lot of people put like so much pressure on themselves to be perfect in parenting, and that's just not realistic. So leaning into him too, of God, I can't do this and I need your help, and he will direct us in that.
Yeah. What have been your most proudest moments as a mom, and what have been some of your biggest mom fails?
This could be really funny. Let me think. Biggest mom fail was this week.
This week. Quarantine got you like.
Should I say this out loud? I'm so embarrassed by this. I was in a rush for them to dye the eggs, and I didn't boil them or make them hard-boiled eggs.
You just like.
Yeah, they're just eggs.
There you go.
They're just liquid eggs, so.
You'll be very careful with those.
We had a lot of cracked eggs all over the house, so that was an epic fail.
Very good.
Proudest moments. I have a lot of proud moments. Like, I just feel like when I see them be kind to others, you know, when I see, like, I feel like Hudson especially, like he is always thinking about, does someone know Jesus? So I know him and a friend last year would like tag team talking to people about Jesus. So that's a proud moment. With Presley, just the way she's so kind to people all the time. Proud moment. Loving, let's see, Turner. He's so funny. He's just, you know, he just makes me smile too. So.
I had a fun moment with Turner and 2-year-olds one Sunday.
Oh gosh.
This goes back because he's not 2 anymore. But Haley called me like desperation, like need somebody to come over here and do this. And I'm trying to just engage. And like Jack wasn't even born, so I'm just like, I don't know what to do to a 2-year-old. Like, what do they want? What do they like? I have no idea. So I try to like engage him, and no lie, he just looks at me like this. He goes. Deadpan, like doesn't react at all, and I'm like, huh?
He does,
and
that.
He just slow turns away from me. I'm like, okay, cool, like thank you, made me feel great. So
he does that. He gives people the dirtiest looks. He does. So
that's a quality that'll suit him well at some point in life, I'm sure.
It will. It will
make people laugh. So. All right, moving on. This next one is just wild. So
okay.
We're almost to the top of the mountain.
All right.
On the heat scale here, so let's get wild.
All right. I'm enjoying this. Like, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
So we've talked through some already, but if you could kind of timestamp, what have been the most defining moments of your life so far?
Giving my life to the Lord, getting married, having kids. Top 3.
Those are 3 big ones.
Top 3, yep.
Those are massive. Would you change anything?
Nope.
I'm just kidding.
Nope. Wouldn't change it. Wouldn't change my kids, my husband. We're all a mess. That's it.
They're amazing. Which kid is your favorite?
All of them.
Somebody's gonna slip one day.
All
Somebody's gonna just go for it and be like, this one. Like, what?
Yeah.
Did we get that on camera? It's
all
gonna
my
happen.
favorite. Love them all.
What is your favorite thing about each of your children within their personalities? You kind of touched on it a little bit, but a quality from each of them. What would you say is your favorite thing about your kiddos?
I'll start with the oldest. So Hudson, he is so stinking strong-willed. Like he is just like if he gets in his mind, he's gonna do it. So that might drive me crazy right now, but God is gonna make him to be a good leader.
Yeah.
And so that's a good quality.
Have you already enneagrammed your kids, by the way?
Yeah.
What is,
I think he's a 6.
Yeah?
I think he is.
His dad is a 6, is that right?
His dad is a 6.
Ah,
yeah.
interesting. I knew that.
So Presley, probably that. It's kicking. It's kicking. It's kicking in.
It's coming back.
It's kicking.
We're getting wild.
Probably that she's so like thoughtful and just thinks about other people and caring. So, and then Turner, what I love about him, he's just silly. Like he's just goofy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was he like the little one that completed your family?
Yeah, like we were good with 2, but now that of course we have him, it's like we can't imagine life without him.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're definitely complete.
Number 4 on the way?
No, not happening. not happening. Not happening.
Shout out to Katie Bergbarker on that one too.
No, not having it.
No, that's good. What's your favorite thing about Jansen?
There's a lot of things that I love about him, but I think the top would be that he is dependable. He's very loyal. Like he's very reliable. If he says he's going to do something, he'll do it. So that's probably one of the top.
Yeah, very good. All right. Well, we've reached the final wing, and it's kind of a tradition, kind of customary for the last one. We throw a little extra on the top.
Okay.
Just,
All right.
just for fun. Just we're
All
here, right? We're here.
Ready for it.
So you don't have to get crazy, and just gonna throw a little bit. Boop, just a little right there. So.
Do I have to make the noise?
If you like.
Boop.
Yeah.
Can I do
go
the
for
boop?
it.
Boop.
Yeah. There you go.
Did double.
You did a double dab. Kind of makes me feel like you tried to one up me there. It's like a weird. This is like a psychology thing. Like, are you testing
Maybe.
me? I'm not giving in your tricks. So.
All right. Cheers.
Social distancing.
Yeah, just kind of like.
And air cheers.
Yeah, there we
That's
go.
there. I would love to though. I do miss like interacting with people.
No, it's just bizarre.
I'm a high five person. There's a few people like I just want to hug, like just
I know.
get in there, and I would love to like plink wings, but
I love how you said a few people.
Oh, absolutely.
You're like not all
100%.
people, no.
There's probably some people out there like, oh, he's talking about me, and there's some people out there I'm like,
All right, here we go.
there it is. There you go.
All right.
You're making it through. Last question, Jennifer. If you had the platform to send a message to every high school girl out there right now, what would it be?
I'm on fire. That's what my message is. This girl's on fire. Fire. I'm on fire.
There's milk in front of you, and there's some celery.
The message give you. The message I would give you is that don't eat fired wings. Don't do it. Don't listen to Trent.
Don't listen to me at all. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Okay. No, really. No, really. Don't eat that. No, my message to you would be
Not to me, to high school girls.
to high school girls.
Yep.
Can't.
I don't want to know the message you have to me right now. There it is. There it is. Take your time.
Oh, okay. I'm crying.
Me too.
Um,
Careful with your eyes.
I'm gonna get fire sauce in them.
Yeah, you don't want that. You will cry. a lot.
Okay. I'm literally on fire right now. I'm in so much pain. It hurts so bad. My mouth hurts. Oh my gosh. I'm in so much pain. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on.
No, you're good. Get some extra napkins if you want to try.
Thank you.
Just to
Oh,
redo.
okay.
You
It's going up my nose.
I know. Here's
Yeah.
just some celery right here. May help a
Mm-hmm.
little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to? Yeah. There
All
you
right. What was
No.
the question?
go. Yeah.
Oh,
Go for that.
okay.
Kind of all around.
Mm. All right. That's better.
Yeah.
A little bit. Not
Drink the
really.
milk.
Oh, my message. I can
Yeah.
say this.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been in so much pain. Okay, so I would say, I say this all the time, don't settle for less than what God has intended for you.
Mm-hmm. It was great.
I have so many more things I could say, but I'm in so much pain right now that I'm just not.
Yeah.
Just not. That one got me.
It'll do that. It'll get everybody. But you did great. You've cleared your board there, so round of applause from this side of the table. Well done. Thank you for spending part of your birthday with us. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I hope it was one that you'll never forget.
I will never forget this birthday.
Good.
I will never
I'm
forget
glad. Happy to do our part. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. Be sure to tell us your favorite moment of today's episode, because I know what mine was. It was great. We're going to drink some milk and go from there. Bye, everybody.